AI. It's the new hot button topic that everybody in tech was talking about, and even some people not in tech are talking about. Was that a good intro? Anyway, we're talking about artificial intelligence today, which has really been popping off recently. It's sort of the NFT of 2023 and 2024. You know, it's the hottest craze, except it has some form of utility, which makes it different than an NFT. It's useful. Anyway, if you don't know, this week CES started, which is the, what does it stand for? Consumer Electronic something? I know what this is. I'm not Googling it right now, I swear. CES acronym. Consumer Electronics Show. So if you don't know, the Consumer Electronics Show is happening right now. And it's one of the places where a lot of new and, emerging technologies are announced every year. And that's why I was interested when this new AI device started to pop off on Twitter. Now, the device that we're going to be taking a look at today and talking about is this. It's called the Rabbit R1. Now, I saw this video of its announcement all over Twitter, and I decided to save watching it until now so I can watch it with you, the people. But the way this is being described is kind of hilarious. So if you look at all these articles that have popped up since it was announced the other day, they describe it as an adorable AI-powered assistant, which, if you're describing technology as adorable, you need to go outside. You know, if you ask me, I would say that this thing looks like the phone-like device that Joaquin Phoenix has phone sex with in Her. Which, this is an AI device, so maybe it's capable of the same thing. Maybe I'll finally be able to sext a virtual version of Scarlett Johansson. Live out my dreams. Anyway, Her was a good movie. Let's move on before this gets weirder. Now, the other ways they're describing this thing is an AI-powered gadget that can use your apps for you, which is also terrifying. I don't want that thing going on Grindr on my behalf. And here is really the crux of the whole thing. Startups are racing to create the iPhone of AI. So this thing is really pitching itself, or people are pitching it, as the iPhone of AI, sort of the one device to rule them all in the AI sphere. Nothing scary or sketchy. So without further ado, I think we should take a look at their announcement trailer. Now this full announcement is 25 minutes, so I'm just gonna edit sort of the highlights and the most interesting parts from my reaction as I go through this. And you can watch the full thing if you wanna watch the full thing.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
My name is Jesse.
My name isn't.
I'm the founder and CEO of Rabbit. I'm so excited to be here today to present to you two things we've been.
Jesse's excited. You can see with the excitement visible in his eyes. That's excitement. Okay, let's keep going.
A revolutionary new foundation model and a groundbreaking consumer mobile device powered by.
Well, we're only 18 seconds in. He's already said revolutionary, groundbreaking, and mobile device. I think every CEO in Silicon Valley just came in their pants.
Our mission is to create the simplest computer, something so intuitive that you don't need to learn how to use it.
That's interesting. So intuitive, you don't even need to learn how to use it. You just know. A bold approach, but let's see where they go with it.
The best way to achieve this is to break away from app-based operating system currently used by smartphones. Instead, we envision a natural language-centered approach. The computer we're building, which we call...
So it's AI that you talk to. That's what I'm getting from this. That's what I gleaned from his tiptoeing.
A companion. Should be able to talk to, understand,
this is surreal.
And more importantly, get things done for you.
And you can sext it, I hope. I hope there's a section on that. Phone sex with your AI companion. Now that would sell product.
The future of human-machine interfaces should be more intuitive.
What is a nothing phone too? What the hell is the nothing phone? I've heard of these other ones. Why have I not heard of the nothing phone? And why does it look like it's out of an Atari video game? Look at that design.
Now, before we get started, let's take a look at the existing mobile devices that we use daily.
You've got your nothing phone.
The one device that's in your pocket. The smartphone was supposed to be intuitive, but with hundreds of apps on your phone today that don't work together, it no longer is.
So their pitch is sort of like, we're wasting too much time scrolling through these icons and apps, and you should just have a phone that understands how to navigate it all for you, I guess. Sort of like Siri. Let's move on.
If you look at the top ranking apps on app stores today, you'll find that most of them focus on entertainment. Our smartphones has become the best device to kill time instead of...
Yeah, okay. Instead of be productive with time. Let's move on. Now he's talking about LLMs. This is ChatGPT. They're really going deep into all the trigger words
easier
for tech people.
For machines to understand you. The popularity of LLM chatbots over the past years
we love a
has
chatbot.
shown that the
Let's go to where you actually talk about what this thing is.
A task It is not designed.
I was just explaining how AI
whether
works.
for a language model to reason about web page using super prompts, we have yet to produce an agent as good as users simply clicking the buttons. To fulfill our vision,
we have to replace
of
our
a
need to
delightful,
click.
intuitive companion, we must go beyond a piece of complex software.
Okay,
we want
now tell me about
it to
your
be
thing.
In the
What is
hands
it?
Of everyone. We wanted to find a way for our AI to trigger auctions on behalf of
To
users
trigger actions on
across
behalf of the user.
all environments.
That seems like a dangerous approach. My AI is going to be doing things on my behalf.
We want it to be universal. iOS,
Everything.
Android, and desktop.
It's going to call my mom for me or what?
These applications share
could be
something
interesting.
in common. The interface. They all have a user interface. So,
Yes.
at a philosophical level, if we can make an AI trigger actions on any kind of interface, just like a human would, we will solve the problem.
It doesn't sound like a philosophical level. That's a practical level. You just needed to be able to interact with everything. Let's move on. Tell me about the thing.
Large action models concept and test results
Large
are
action
so
models.
powerful that we decided to make a one-of-a-kind mobile device.
Okay, so now they're getting into their
Introducing
mobile device.
R1,
This is
your
what it
pocket
is.
companion.
I've got a pocket companion for you. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Let's move on. So this is their actual product, okay? So the whole beginning was just explaining the need for it, I guess. You got a lot of buttons, you got a lot of phones. It's too much time. Now let's see how they solve that. Which really it just seems like it's a custom phone that has an AI that just activates apps, I guess. I don't really know, to be honest. Great music, though. It's got a front-facing camera, some sort of twisting dial. We call that the tech dial. It's got two little sound holes. I think that's the technical term for that. Camera. Look at the camera move. It's nice and stabilized. That's kind of nice. I swear this looks like the little AI device from Her. It looks a lot like it, except it's way less sexy so far. Whoa, so many. This is way too techy. It hasn't said anything about what it does or what its features are. It's just shots of the Pocket Companion. Actually, now that I think about it, it looks more like a Tamagotchi. I think this is going to be like New Wave Tamagotchi. That's my new prediction.
This is the Rabbit R1.
What a reveal.
Designed in collaboration with Teenage Engineering, the R1 is a fully standalone device,
that shot.
primarily driven by natural language.
Okay,
the accumulation of countless hours of work from our research,
Does that say
design,
Teenage Engineering?
and software.
Was this engineered by teenagers, or is there let me move my camera. Look at this. Look, this was built by Teenage Engineering. What does that mean? So they have like a little teenage sweatshop of people building rabbits?
R1 is equipped with everything you need to interact
Okay, it's got everything.
with
It's got a
you
screen,
and
a wheel,
perceive your surroundings.
a push-to-talk
It
button.
comes with a touch screen, a push-to-talk button, and an analog scroll wheel.
It's a very strange device. I feel like I want more control and more like specificity over my actions, right? But we'll see.
Microphone and speakers,
Mm-hmm.
and
Those
a
are two things.
computer vision-enabled 360-degree rotational camera we call the Rabbit Eye.
Rabbit
It is
Eye.
Bluetooth and Wi-Fi capable, and it has the same card slots that supports global 4G LTE network. And now, let's see how it works. I can ask
Show me
Rabbit
how it
for
works.
anything, just like if I'm using ChatGPT. The difference, though, is the speed. With Rabbit,
So this is faster than ChatGPT. It's fast like a rabbit, so to speak.
I get a response 10 times faster than most of the voice AI projects. Rabbit answers my questions within 500 milliseconds. With
Whoa.
a push-to-talk button,
That is fast.
you don't need to say anything to wake it up. Just press and hold the button and talk.
It's always ready to listen. Always.
Now, let's give it a shot.
Okay, give it a shot.
What's the nature of the reality?
Now, here's my question. Is this little animation just always on standby waiting for you? He's just bouncing like, I'm eager, push that button, say a thing. Let's go back. Okay, ask your question. Sorry to interrupt, sir.
And talk, like a walkie-talkie.
Mm-hmm.
What's the nature of the reality?
What's the nature of the reality? What a weird question to start with. Hi, Rabbit. What's the nature of the reality?
What's the nature of the reality?
The nature of reality is a topic that has captivated the minds of philosophers and thinkers
what a weird
throughout
opening
history.
question.
According to Bertrand Russell, reality is composed of hard data derived from sensory experiences and
All right,
logical
yeah,
analysis.
that's interesting.
It is the amalgamation
you're
of our
still going?
perceptions, thoughts, and the external world.
I've literally had the same conversation with my AI girlfriend apps.
I can speak or type with R1. If you shake R1, a keyboard will pop up.
Ah, it does have a keyboard.
You will also know that the response speed
Shake activated.
is much faster than using some of the LLM assistant apps.
So the big pitch here seems to be that it's really fast and easy to access the AI. That seems to be their main pitch, and that they've, I guess, gotten rid of all the app buttons.
What's the stock price of Coca-Cola?
Searching for the stock
This
price
doesn't
of
seem that
Coca-Cola.
revolutionary.
The stock price of Coca-Cola, KO, is $59.76.
Who played the role Oppenheimer in Christopher Nolan's latest movies?
What if it's like, sorry, I didn't see that one. I was too busy going to Barbie instead.
In Christopher Nolan's most
Oh,
recent
no, it
film,
does.
Oppenheimer,
I
the
guess
role
it
of
has
J.
access
Robert
to
Oppenheimer
Google.
is played by Cillian Murphy.
It's just like iCloud. Let's say I want to listen to some music.
Okay, move on. Let's talk about music. Okay, awkward cross.
With the Rabbit Hole web portal, I have complete control over which services I want to activate on my R1.
Okay, so this is what it is. They've got a web portal where you activate the apps via the portal, and then that ties it into your little Tamagotchi.
And which provider I prefer. For music, I use Spotify. So let's go ahead and connect my Spotify to the Rabbit
Okay,
Hole.
let's go. This seems like more of a hassle at this point.
Now that
still
this is
have to-
Spotify login page.
I don't know why they showed that cut-in of the login page, but
Before I start the login process, I want to emphasize our commitment to privacy. The
Our
way we
commitment to
design the
Spotify.
infrastructure for apps that we interact with, we don't create fake users or spam users.
okay, so it's all secure.
We don't.
That's good.
Now I'm logging with Spotify.
Okay, we could have cut that part too.
Rabbit OS recognized that Spotify has been authenticated on my device.
Okay, so now he's got a couple of apps loaded up, and we got to see how that works.
Just choose your preferred services and log in through
Mm-hmm.
them to get authenticated on your device. It's that easy.
That
Now,
is easy.
Let's play some music.
No.
Play Kraftwerk's Pocket Calculator.
Playing Pocket Calculator by Kraftwerk for you.
Hey, it can play music. That's a pretty basic functionality.
Which band sampled this song?
It
seems
knows
that
music
Coldplay's
trivia.
Talk is the only known example of a song
Again,
that
I guess this
samples
seems
Computer
mildly
Love.
more convenient than using Google,
What do you
but
think about this
only
song?
mildly.
Computer Love by Kraftwerk is widely regarded as a groundbreaking and influential
has
song
music
in the realm of
opinions?
electronic music. It's
Finally, I can debate music with my AI app. Look at him nodding. He's like, yes, we love Kraftwerk.
fusion of catchy
Whoever
melodies,
that is.
robotic vocals, and innovative use of
Yep,
synthesizers
yep.
has left a lasting.
Get me right from my office to home now.
Of course, I will
Now we
book an
gotta see
Uber
how
ride for you
Uber
from your office
works?
to your home.
This is very
Please
exciting.
confirm the ride.
You got to tell it to
I
book a
have
ride,
6 people
and then
with
you
3
can
luggages.
book the
Find
ride.
me an Uber that can fit all of us.
For 6 people and 3 pieces of luggage, I recommend booking an Uber
That's,
XL
like, kind
as
of
it
cool, I
provides
guess,
ample
but
space for
I'd
all
rather just
passengers
use the
and
app.
luggage.
Because then you can check the prices and stuff in real time.
Please confirm the ride.
The ride shows up, I just hit confirm. The Uber's on my way.
Uber's on
I
my
can
way.
also use R1 to order food. Get me a 12-inch pizza from Pizza Hut delivered.
And again, this seems useless too, because I'd rather go on Uber Eats or DoorDash and like look at the list in the menu, you know? I'm not just gonna know my order and dictate it.
to here. The most ordered option
I
on
want
the
to see
app is
the
fun.
images on the...
Ordering
on
a 12-inch pizza from Pizza Hut. Since you mentioned that the most ordered option is fine, I will select that for you.
Yeah, like that's useless.
I want to take my family to London. It's going to be 2 of us and a child
This literally
age
just
12.
seems like
We're
a phone
thinking
that
of
has an
January 30th
LLM
to
built in
February
natively
6th.
that's
Can you plan
mildly
the entire
faster.
trip for me with like cheap
That's all it
non-stop
is.
flights, grouped seats, a cool SUV, and a nice hotel that has Wi-Fi?
Like that's nice that you can give it a bunch of info and it follows your train of thought. That's kind of cool.
Exploring ticketing options to make your trip a reality.
But you know who else does that? Expedia.
For your trip, I found various flight options, a range of hotels to choose from.
It gave me a more relaxed schedule every day with all the details.
Look at that. It can
Sounds
create your
really good,
itinerary for you,
and I just confirmed that.
which is nice, but I could just do that with ChatGPT.
I can foresee a wonderful trip.
Isn't
You
that
can't
cool,
foresee
huh?
anything. You're a device. You can't even sex like Scarlett Johansson and her. Not that that's stuck on my mind.
R1 can help me reach others just like a phone.
Okay,
But
you can
smarter.
call with it.
It
like you
comes
could do with
a
your regular
built-in
phone.
real-time translator and a note taker.
Built-in translator. That's the first cool thing I've heard. That actually is Mildly interesting. Right, Kat? She disagrees.
R1 automatically detects the language spoken in the environment and provide the bidirectional translation. R1 has an eye.
That's actually useful.
An onboard camera designed for advanced computer vision. It can analyze surroundings and take actions in real time. To activate the eye, just double tap the button.
Okay, that's how you activate your eye. That's weird.
Oh, funny seeing you here, Rick.
I didn't see that. Who's Rick? I'm missing a cultural reference.
Let me take a look.
That's Rick, I guess. So it can do visual recognition of objects and surroundings. That's... Oh, that Rick Astley. You son of a bitch. So the R1 is able to Rickroll me? That's great. It can analyze your kitchen or your fridge. Exciting. This is the future,
How about
everyone.
a green garden omelet?
So he just pointed at his fridge and was like, what should I make with all this crap in my fridge? Like, these are all kind of interesting use cases that I imagine 90% of people would never actually find useful.
Rabbit, there are questions about how they found us?
Sure. Let me take a look at the table and add the matching column for you.
Here you can see he's using it to edit an Excel spreadsheet.
I've processed the table
It really
and
is
sent
just
you an email with the
ChatGPT
result.
built in with a little animated rabbit, integrated to a phone, so it's mildly faster and a bit more useful, which I think is just going to be the standard. Like, these kind of AI bots are going to be the next generation of Siri and all that, like, because that's already kind of what they do, just not as fast.
I can show R1 how to do it, and it will learn from me. This means that
I think this guy is. I think this company is trying to get out ahead of Siri becoming an LLM-based thing.
So you go to Teach Mode, you start a new session. Today, I will show you how to generate an image of puppy using Midjourney from a prompt using Discord.
Yeah, now we're just like integrating with Midjourney.
Servers page and click one of my own servers. Since this is only a general
so
image
you can go on to Discord.
I'll go to Midjourney text channel. Then I will use the image command along with the prompt. Here I'm putting
a cute baby wild dog.
Baby wild dog.
What a weird prompt.
With big eyes, animated, cartoon, Unreal.
So wait, you're just using Midjourney right now.
Let's wait for a minute for the engine to start generating the images. Once it's done, let's click on the image to get a link.
Okay, so you're generating an image, getting a link to the image. This is all very gimmicky stuff that I don't think will catch on or be useful. That's what I'm getting from this presentation.
I will then explain to RabbitOS how to use this rabbit and annotate it so that I can generate anything, not just puppies. So let's go back to our web portal. It takes seconds for the web portal to finish processing.
Okay, the web portal processes the dog image.
And that's it.
And that's
It's that simple.
Okay.
Now, once we finish the training, I can go back to my R1. Now let's use Midjourney, as I told you, to generate a picture of a bunny in pixel art style.
So basically, he was just connecting Midjourney
Certainly,
to the R1.
Jesse. I will use Midjourney to generate a picture of a bunny in pixel art style for you.
Not super
Please
useful
give me
for
a
a device
moment
like
to
this.
create the
I don't
image.
think. Sped up 4 times, so it really took a long time. Yeah, so
Now,
basically he just fed the Midjourney into it so it understood
Midjourney
how to connect and
Mode.
integrate.
Watch, learn, and repeat. We do not build Rabbit R1 to replace your phone.
Okay, so it's just like an
different
iPod.
generation of devices. The app-based system was introduced more than 15 years ago.
So it's not supposed to replace your phone. What am I going to use my phone for if I'm calling, you know, accessing my apps and doing all that with your device? Very unclear.
And the new generation of native AI-powered devices are just getting started. Here's a quick recap. R1 is our companion that hosts the large action model.
Yeah, so it's exactly what I thought. It's just basically a Tamagotchi for the modern age. It's basically just ChatGPT integrated into a small little device, and it can do basically everything that AI can do, but through voice, I guess. Which, again, is cool tech. It's pretty interesting, but I reject their idea that your phone will never be able to do this. I think the next generation of phones will be doing exactly this, because they already do, like, a lot of these tasks just slower. Let's see what the cost is, though.
We're looking at somewhere.
If it's cheap, then it might be worth purchasing.
I bought my new iPhone 15 Pro Max last year.
Okay, now he's just showing off that he has an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
As my previous ones. Here are not so smart speakers.
Okay,
They're
those are smart speakers.
Roughly around $200 plus monthly subscription
now, what are your
for
costs?
Their base models.
100?
If you think these were too expensive, we priced the Rabbit R1
Here we go, finally.
at $199.
Whoa.
No subscription, no hidden fees.
To be fair, that's not a bad price for a device like this, I guess. But I think you would have to have a lot of use cases in mind for it before you purchased it, because if I still have my cell phone, right, and this is not replacing my cell phone, how many times am I gonna like have a use for this over just Googling it? You know what I mean? Like, to really get that $199 worth out of it, you've got to be like, you know, an AI machine just constantly using this thing. And I don't see the use case for it.
You can order the R1 now at rabbit.tech. And we are shipping Easter 2024.
Easter. Well, there you go. That's basically it. So yeah, that's basically what that device is. What did we learn? What are my thoughts? Well, my thoughts are people are really clickbaiting the hell out of new AI devices. I think this is a pretty cool device that for a very specific niche set of people might be a little bit useful. And for everybody else, it would just be a waste of money. That's my conclusion. Tell me what you think though. Maybe I'm a moron, like my third grade English teacher always said.